I'm back. Now let's talk about traffic. So starting January 5th of this year, of 2025, New York City implemented congestion pricing in Midtown and downtown Manhattan. So that means, um, so this is Manhattan, right? This island right here. And then right where Central Park is, right here at 60th Street. From here on south through Midtown and downtown Manhattan, now they're going to be charging an extra toll for people who drive into Manhattan from there who go below 60th Street. And the toll is going to be $9 for typical cars, a little bit more for trucks, a little bit less for motorcycles. And it's from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. on weekdays, you pay the $9, and from 9 to 9 on weekends you pay. And then past 9, it's 225, and the $9 toll goes up to $12 in 2028, and finally $15 in 2031. It was supposed to be $15 originally, but it got delayed and the price was reduced to $9. But now it's happening. So if you don't know, Manhattan is known for having really bad traffic. Like, I've been there and I've seen it for myself. It's like really stop and go traffic where the average speed is like 12 miles an hour. And Manhattan also has some of the best walkability, bikeability, and public transportation in the world, but it's certainly the best in our country. There's nowhere else that compares to Manhattan. You definitely don't need a car to get around. Having a car is a luxury. And there's a lot of negative externalities of people driving. There's the noise pollution. There's the pollution that comes out of the exhaust. There's the microplastics that get released from the tires. There's people crashing into other cars. There's people crashing into pedestrians. And all of this is going to be decreased now with congestion pricing. And even if you're still driving, now you're driving with less traffic. And come on, every driver can agree less traffic is good, right? So it does seem to be working. And there's some articles that have come out a bit recently saying that there's been 34% lower travel time across the 8 bridges and a 7.5% drop in overall traffic. And this picture right here has a lot of data about how long it takes now with congestion pricing and before for various like bridges. I'm going to post a picture of this separately so you can see it for yourself. There's also this 43,000 fewer people on the roads in Manhattan because of the congestion pricing. And once again, it says a 7.5 reduction compared to January of last year. It does seem like it's working, and it's only working with $9. Imagine the reduction in traffic if it had been $15 originally. It really does seem to be working. And again, this means less traffic, less pollution, less accidents. This is a really good thing. And also, there are discounts available for low-income people and for disabled people in case because those people may need to drive for various reasons, so they get a discount, which I think is fair. Also, it's good for buses as well because, I love public transportation. I love trains. I like buses too, but buses oftentimes end up being stuck on the street, just going really slowly because they're stuck in traffic. They're slow because of all the cars that are in the way, essentially. But if there's fewer cars on the road, that means the buses also can go faster, which is just another benefit. There's a lot of benefits to these things that kind of like, there's positive feedback loops, But the toll means less cars, less traffic, which means better public transportation, which means less noise, which means cleaner air, which means people are nicer, which means people will be more friendly to you. There's so many positive things about this because let's be honest, cars bring out the worst in people. They turn people into monsters. People who are normally nice can become filled with rage when they get behind the wheel. And this kind of is an inherent thing to to driving. And let's talk about whether or not this should be done in other places around the country. I do think Manhattan was the best place to do this because there's already so many alternatives to driving. But let's be honest, this is a car-brained country. And maybe you could argue Philadelphia, Chicago, D.C., San Francisco, Seattle could pull off congestion pricing. But I do think in order for a city to do congestion pricing, you need really good public transportation to begin with. Before you punish people for driving, you need to give people an alternative to driving. And New York and certainly Manhattan has those alternatives. A few other places in the country have okay public transportation, like Chicago, Philadelphia, DC, but is it good enough to justify it? Maybe. But I think there was no question about it. This congestion pricing in New York, I'm a fan of it. It seems to be working. I'd like to go back to New York now that they have and see how much less it is. But that's my opinion. Let me know what you think. By the way, check out this map of the New York subway I have behind me.